We are here in Salida, Colorado, visiting Jane Levene at her alpaca farm. I'm Marji. Yes, nice to meet you. Over 20 years ago, the plan was to find a piece of property outside the city to be close to her aging parents. To comply with zoning requirements, she and her husband Alfred got a few cows that somehow turned into hundreds of alpacas.
Come on, boys. We're swapping our girls' barn with our boys' barn.
Oh, okay.
So we can walk on over and I'll give you a little tour and show you.
So why are you switching barns?
Because of the vacation rental. The boys are like boys everywhere. They start as play, and then somebody gets a little hurt, and then it keeps escalating, and then you have a little bit of a fight on occasion. So they're a little noisier than the girls. So by moving the girls over there, the people staying in the apartment won't hear noises at night.
Fighting noises?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interacting with the normally docile and respectful alpaca can be a draw for visitors who pay to experience life on this glorious Colorado spread, and has created another revenue stream for Jane and her husband. So right now we're waiting because they're going to send all the alpacas out through here. They're going to come down this alleyway and they're going to take them around the house. What they're doing is they're sorting out the boys and the girls, and they're actually flip-flopping their barns that they stay in.
The nice thing about these animals, they never run into you.
Oh.
They totally respect your space.
Not like a cow that'll run you over?
Not like horses, not like cows.
Okay.
They will have absolutely no interest in running into you.
So they didn't want to move, obviously, and then they did move, and once that first one went, they were just off like a shot. And it was like they just flew through there. It was pretty cool. They're really interesting the way that they react to each other. You know, they're just free-flowing, but then they were definitely part of a group, so very cool.
So you can go the other way. But see, I mean, they're just so simple to maneuver. I mean, I wouldn't try that with horses and sheep and goats seem to have minimal respect for people, I think. And these are very responsive animals, so it makes life so much easier for us.
What isn't easy for most people is to know the difference between an alpaca and a llama. But according to Jane, there are clear physical and behavioral distinctions between the two.
The alpacas have a spear-shaped ear. They're much woollier than the llamas, and their personality is extremely different. Llamas are very analytical. They're more aloof. They make decisions. So you have to work with a llama, and a llama has to agree with you. But they are the most incredible animal. Alpacas work out of trust. So they will just do what you ask of them based on the fact that you are who you are. That's my normal life.
Was that a sneeze?
Well, they sort of go after each other, but they don't always aim right at each other. So that's expressing dissatisfaction without creating a battle. So I don't know how to equate it in human terms, but that's their little form of an argument without coming to blows. So spit is normal. Spit will happen, but they'll never aim right at you. This is Pandora. Again, she's the boss of the world. You can go another way. And these are livestock that you can really have more of a relationship with. They have personalities. They have intelligence. You know, they're very much individuals that functions as a group. And
once a year, the alpaca are sheared for their fiber. She has some rare alpaca vicuña, which she got directly from Chile. These have much finer fleece and are in high demand in good times and bad.
And so when you're dealing with a commodity, and we do think of all this as just a commodity, whether it's vegetables, corn, wheat, anything, you're paid by the weight. But also the value is assigned according to the fineness. So it's that combination of factors that we work with to try to keep enhancing the value of what we're producing.
She has interest from mills around the world, and certainly gets plenty of interest from visitors to the farm where I got a first-hand look at some of the beautiful products from these magnificent animals. Are these all from your animals?
All 100%. Every yarn in the store, every yarn, every roving is 100% from our animals.
And they're not dyed?
They're not dyed. We don't blend any other fibers in with them. Alpaca is a smooth fiber. The scales of the cuticle lay flat. So there's nothing to abrade, nothing to itch up against your skin. So it's never an allergy against natural fibers. When people say they can't wear wool, they're allergic to wool, they're really not. They just have a more sensitive skin.
They haven't found alpaca yet.
Well, I have a few people who can't wear any natural fiber.
Oh, really?
They're synthetics only.
Well, these are absolutely beautiful. So,
thank you. Aren't they lovely?
They are lovely, yeah. Together, these fibers create amazingly soft and warm clothing, socks, hats, and more.
If you just stop and listen, and you realize that you got this little bit of humming, you have this nice quiet little background, they're watching us as much as we're watching them. I'll come out to the barn in the middle of the night, and it's the most incredible thing. You've got babies kissing their moms, they do a little playtime, skittering around. They're quiet, they're peaceful animals, and you can just sit there and you just relax. That's what I like best about it. And the fact that these animals are not capable of being mean. You know, that's not in them at all. We respect their need to relate to one another, and there's subtle forms of communication. They communicate with a look, a position of their ears. They don't have to escalate up to battle. So there's a lot to admire about them. They interact with each other too. They don't really bully too much. You don't see animals picking on others without mercy. So it helps ground you, and it helps restore your balance.
I love Jane's story. I love her farm. I loved learning about the alpaca, and it was really cool to learn about how they won't run you over, right? Even though spit is a thing still. Yes, alpacas and llamas do spit. So I didn't get spit on when I was there, but if you liked this FarmHer story, be sure to subscribe and check back next week for a visit to the pumpkin patch at Enchanted Acres in Iowa.